Tuesday, got your girl in the cut and she Tuesday. Club going up on a Tuesday. Got your girl in the cut and she Tuesday.
Welcome, I'm the Two-Tone Bandit, and this is a podcast for Tennessee Titans fans by Tennessee Titans fans. So go ahead, pull up, represent that two-tone blue the way that you want to. This is a community. This is a brotherhood. This is for us, and this will echo the voice of the fans. So lock in, subscribe, and tighten the fuck up. Let's get it. All right, jumping straight into it. Today's episode, we're breaking down the top 20, or our 25. I wouldn't even say top, but the 25 pending free agents for the Tennessee Titans, going down in order, no particular order, but breaking down the list in its simplicity. So we got Chigga Conquo, Kevin Zeiler, Arden Key, Sebastian Joseph Day, Van Jefferson, Jahad Ward, Shy Tuttle, James Lynch, Mike Brown, Darrell Baker Jr., Jalen Amore Davis, Kair Elam, Joey Sly, Johnny Hecker, Morgan Cox, Brandon Allen, Ali Udo, Coy Levin, Blake Hance, Julius Chestnut, Jared Reed II, Kimon Hall, Bryce Oliver, and Fernie Orgy, and CJ Revenue. We're going to break it down. I'm going to just jump right in, and I'm going to go ahead and start with the first one on the list. A lot of people talking about him anyway, so why not go ahead and start the conversation around Chigga Conquo. For Chig, I personally have him at a B-. His importance, I think, is about a 7 or 8 out of 10. The best case scenario, we re-sign him for a fair market deal. I don't think we overpay for him and try to reach, but somewhere in the fair market deal, because he can still be a safety blanket and continue to build chemistry with Cam Ward. Worst case, he walk, Titans overpay another veteran or try to force feed a rookie and tight end one reps. I think it's best if we do re-sign them if the price stays reasonable. But hey, however y'all want to jump in it, I mean, how y'all feel about Chig? What we doing? Do we want him? Do we need him? Is he important? Y'all agree with my grade? We can take who I want to jump in there. Let's go.
I personally want him back. And you know what? If you got to pay for him, I think we should keep him. Because one thing that we went away from, is paying our draft picks. So I think, especially with the new regime and shit like that, man, you got to show these players that if you put in the work, then you'll get paid for it, and we want to keep you around. And Chig is one of them players, no matter who the coaching staff was, what was going on, we always produce. Like he might not be like a top 3 tight end in the league or whatever, but for the Titans, he the best thing they had going.
Yeah, for a minute, they seem to be building some type of chemistry.
Definitely. Personally, on my opinion of him, I wouldn't keep him. I love what he did this year. I love what he brings to a certain extent. But I personally really, really love David Martin Robinson. So I feel like he should step into that number 2 role. So are we going to pay Chig number 1 tight end money? It all depends on how much we're going to pay him when it comes to bringing him back. Where we got a guy that actually can be a solid number 2, damn near close to a number 1 if he gets the time. David Martin Robinson is a baller. He can play. He can make those catches. He can do anything that we need him to do. He can block. He can do damn near everything Chig can do to a certain extent. Of course, Chig is more explosive, but then you have Gunner for that. So it all depends on what you want to do in free agency. You got a couple free agents that could be available that we can bump, I guess, pay a little bit less and bring them in here. We got a lot of tight ends in the draft, so I wouldn't personally bring him back because I know the money that he's going to try to pull in. It's the same situation that happened to Jonnu Smith. He wanted that money. He wanted that bag, and he got that with the Patriots. I feel like Chig is going to get that bag in this offseason, depending on what team wants to pick him up. And we are not going to be able to compete with that. Well, we can, but I don't think we should. We got everything else that we have to do. We have too many holes in the team for us to give the bag to a tight end position, and he's not a solid number 1. He's a good tight end, but he's not a solid game changer number 1. That's just my opinion on it.
But see, this thing, that's the thing, and that's what I'm saying. Like, this franchise, we've been through so much losing.
Absolutely.
And then we see paying a player as bad. Like y'all, like we sit here talking about Gunnar Ham. That's potentially. We really don't know how good. We really don't know how good or how bad Gunnar Ham is if he's full time. And then the other one, Robinson, Come on, man. He's undrafted. I mean, he might be good or whatever, but he's undrafted. He ain't proven. Chig is proven. Like, we keep paying players to come in and be a part of this team, and we pay the players and we let the players to go to been a part of this team to been proving themselves. But we'll bring somebody in and they'll flop on a fucking contract.
Yeah. But you got to think about the development aspect of it too. We're a strong development team now. So therefore, the investment, the years that we had David Martin Robinson, we expect to get on our investment right now. Chig, you can say the same thing, but Chig is going to want that money. So are you going to pay him buku money and bring him back and then have him produce the same amount that he produced now? Because he's not producing at a buku money type of level at this point right now. So that's my thinking process, and that's how I don't know what they think, and I don't know what they want. I don't know how they're going to basically put the value on our free agents. But honestly, personally, to me, I feel like we should develop David Martin Robinson. We should draft somebody later on if we need to, or we can pick somebody up in a free agency. There's a whole bunch of free agents that can do what he did, honestly, this year. So are we going to pay him that money, or what we going to do? If anything, pay Kyle Pitts buku money because you know what he can produce.
No, you can't. You gonna pay Kyle Pitts all that money? He ain't did shit in Atlanta.
Why would you pay Chig that money then?
But what did Chig didn't do?
Chig did more than Kyle Pitts did.
Exactly.
You got to realize, I apologize. Kyle Pitts did more with Chig than what Chig did.
For 1 year. For 1 year. Kyle Pitts did more for 1 year. Kyle Pitts ain't did shit his whole career.
And
you think Chig is going?
Hold on.
What's going on, brother?
I'm glad you brought up the 1 year, because to me it feels like the beginning of the season Chig would show up, then he would disappear for the middle, and then he'd show up at the end of the year to get everybody excited for the next season, and that's what he kept doing. This year was different because they relied on him more. But I personally wouldn't bring him back. There's a tight end that I like. And I don't know if he's going to get re-signed, and I would bring in Isaiah Likely, and I would pair him with Gunnar Helm.
I love that too, but I think he's going to end up going to the Giants. I don't know the relationship with John Harbaugh, but if anything, he's going to go to the Giants. If we got John Harbaugh, I think 100%, boom. It's just with Likely, again, in the money aspect, Likely, Chig, and Kyle Pitts are going to get crazy money. Crazy money. So are we going to pay Chig that crazy amount of money and have him produce mid-level, or are we going to invest David Martin Robinson? Are we going to invest in, like you said, Isaiah Likely?
We keep saying Chig going to produce mid-level.
Kyle Pitts. Yeah.
We keep saying Chig going to produce mid-level, but we never had an offense. So now we finally might have an offense, and Chig produced when we never had an offense.
So are we going to go on hypotheticals, or are we going to go on what?
That's what you're doing. But you're going with hypotheticals when you're talking about Gunnar Helm and Robinson. Those hypotheticals.
Those are guys that we have in the building already that we have seen the development. They have gotten better throughout the season. When it comes,
I don't know. I can't really say that about Gunnar Helm. What did he really do? I mean, he had flashes. But what did he really do?
He had flashes. As you said, he had more flashes than Chim, though. That's the thing.
I can't say that.
I love Chim. I love him beyond. I love him as a person. But are we going to wait? Or are we going to say, hey, we got to do what we got to do? And let him get his back. You get your money. You have fun. You already saw the letter. You already saw what he put out there. Do what you got to do. Go get your bag. But you can come back and see if we can match it.
Personally, I think
like this. I would dare to ask this, like, because I would like to see, because this is how I feel. It's the same point that I was making yesterday about Will. It's like it's like if he was able to do that, like, so we have that type of offense, would you be willing to at least see what Chig can do in the Brian Daboll offense?
That's what I'm saying.
If he can develop in some type of. If he was doing something, we were like, damn, because we all kind of seen Chig flashes, but we seen him without anybody who could really develop him. These players been self-developing for the last 3-4 years. Yeah, so, we actually got somebody who has the ability to, I just want to see, that's why I was like, damn, we might actually get some value for leverage, because we got somebody who can come in and at least make us be able to shop them in the preseason and get some back on it. So, I mean, I can see what you're saying as far as overpaying, but I also understand what you're saying. Like, we do need to, because we do shy away from a lot, because, like, and we would have kept him because I mean we damn near let Henry walk for the same money that we signed Pollard for.
Yeah.
We could have kept AJ. It was just an ego shit. Like we do need to pay our players. Like I agree with that.
So,
but I am curious because I feel like none of these players have had a fair chance to shine because we haven't had an offense to produce the players properly.
Exactly.
All depends on what Dable wants. At the end, like again, we talked about this yesterday. We don't know what Dable wants. We don't know if he's the type of tight end that we need for this team, that he feels like we need for this team. As fans, we can say all day we should resign X, Y, and Z, but we don't know what's going on inside that office. We don't know what's going on inside that building. You might feel like he might be that guy he needs to develop. Everybody else might feel like he has developed already. It's the same tight end coach that we had for the last couple of years, so therefore he's going to have an insight on if we should bring him back more so than anybody else. And if already he put that letter out there, he put that statement or Twitter or whatever, he put that out, wherever he put it out, he already said basically he's gone. So obviously he has more of an insight of what's going on with his own career than we do. So
I mean, but all players do that at the end of their contract. They send that letter out.
Not really.
All players send that out.
Some people be like, I can't wait to come back. Some players say, put letters out. I can't wait for next year. The way he put that in, it was like, all right, I'm going. The Derrick Henry tape, like we knew Derrick Henry was going, what I'm saying, because of what he did at the end of that game, that last game that he was here, and we know what he put on Instagram after that or Twitter after that.
But that's what I'm saying. How do you change that? All Titans players know at the end of their contract they're out of here. How do you change that?
You can't change
they
it.
They don't pay their players.
I think personally they should have tried to go after, if they were going to re-sign him with the season he was having, they should have tried to do it during the season.
Extension right there in the season. That's why I feel like
they
he's
don't
going.
do that. They don't do business during the season.
True.
Let me
this.
Got paid with I think Hook got paid a little bit before. Yeah.
My last thing on. I was just gonna give my last thing on Chig real quick, and then
go ahead.
Be done with it. Me personally, I think Chig is going to New England with Vrabel.
I see it.
If you look at the tight ends that Dable had in Buffalo, who do they remind you of? They remind you of somebody that's on the roster right now, and that's Gunnar Helm.
Yes, that's what.
That's who the tight ends that Dable had in Buffalo remind you of is Gunnar Helm with Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid.
And that's the only issue I have with Gunnar is the fact that he doesn't block the way that Dable loves his receivers, his tight ends to block. Other than that, I get it. I see it 100%. That's why I feel like he's going to develop. He's going to have time to develop and all that other good stuff. That's why I love David Martin, because I feel like he's that blocking tight end, that big body tight end that can do everything that those Buffalo tight ends did. I'm really not thinking about the Giants. I'm thinking about Buffalo because you're OC, like we talked about before. Head coach wise, OC wise, is different mindsets, is different tendencies, is different everything. So yeah.
As a ball fan, it's going to pay me to say this, but there's also a tight end down in Alabama that would fit in there with Gunnar Helm, and that's Cuevas.
I know you're talking about. That would be a nice little fit too.
Just saying. All right, I'm done with Chig.
CJ, how you feel, brother?
Talk to us.
I personally, first of all, you know anything about me? I'm a Niger boy, right? Green, white, and green. We both grew up on Fufu and the Goosey. He was my guy. That said, I have a distinction between what I want to happen and what I think will happen. What I want to happen is that if the money's right, you bring him back.
Yeah.
What I think will happen is that he's going to test the free agency waters. I think that there is a skill set that Chig has that very few tight ends in the league have. And for the majority of his time here, I feel like he was underutilized.
Yeah.
Now, ultimately, Chig he's one of those guys who I think with the right offense, he can do some serious numbers. I just don't think it'll be here. As much as it hurts me to say it, I don't think it'll be here.
Yeah.
And plus, it's a youth movement in Tennessee, and they're going to go with the younger guys, and I don't blame them for that, especially with the new coaching staff here. So
they want their guys.
I like Gunnar Helm. I think he's He had a solid first year, all things considered. The thing that I have consistently noticed with him is that whenever he's open and the ball is thrown to him, 9 times out of 10, that ball is caught. And that is
huge.
It's reliability. And if there's one thing that Cam Ward needs more than anything, is dudes who are reliable. And so that's kind of where I'm at.
Okay. All right. Well, look. Hey. All right. So we're gonna move on to Kevin Zeitler. And y'all the speed. I mean, we was 15 minutes on one guy. We got 24 more people.
We're gonna be here all day, brother.
we can do it. But no, just try to be mindful of y'all. I said, I don't mind y'all debates and none of that. But yeah, we got 24 with 15 on one. So you can extrapolate, man. You can do it. You know, that's 4 per hour. So you know, it's about a 6-hour episode. If somebody want to do a store run to get some coffee,
I don't think it's gonna take 15 minutes a person.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, Chig is just heavy. Chig is just heavy because Zeitler got to go.
That's why I started. You know, we started with this.
Zeitler could go.
I love Kevin Zeitler also, but it's the age factor. We don't even know if he wants to return because I'm quite sure he wants to win the championship. Not saying that we are not going to how good we don't know how good we're going to be, but it's just so much when it comes to him. We don't know what he wants. I think
he's too old. I mean, old and he ain't played all the games like he got injured, so that injury might creep up because he's getting older.
I want to see Jackson Slater. I want to see him in the lineup. I don't know if be at guard, be it at center. I don't care. I just want to see him play. So we don't know. Like Gunner, we saw him play. Like we can get excited or you can get optimistic about what he can do. When it comes to Jackson Slater, he hasn't balled. So we need to see him play. So
hey, you know what? I don't want to jump the gun too much, but the way we talk about Kevin Zeitler is the way I feel about Corey Levin. I don't understand why they never gave him a chance. I kind of like Corey Levin more than I like Cushenberry.
We was talking about that the other day.
Levin balled out when he had the chance.
He always do. He always step in and give a good game.
He's consistent. Consistent, that boy can play. He can play. He's consistent. He's hungry.
He can play.
He's knowledgeable of the game. He reminds me of Brewer when we had Aaron Brewer. When he played with us, they said he was too small, but he did what he had to do. Now he's an all-pro in Miami. So, little stuff like that, the development factor. Say we would have kept him for another 2 years, how good would he have been? Little shit like that. So, I love Levins, and I think we should keep him. Definitely should keep him. We need him for sure.
Now, I tell you what, I built back on now, if you're willing to take a little less, because like y'all said, he's getting older, so maybe he don't have the desire to necessarily be a starter. If you want to play backup rotation, I think that's great depth.
Yeah.
Now, we can have it on that more like you want to drop to second tier. Maybe he don't want to do as much, but willing to step in and still be a part. Yeah, I'll definitely take that. But those, that's what you get with those 1 years. I mean, you don't expect him to be around. You expect him to come in and just help out and be the Band-Aid that you need him for the moment. So, yeah, I mean, okay. I probably know how most of y'all going to feel about this. So, moving on to Arden Key.
Gone. It's a waste of a fucking body, man.
Hey,
I really can't stand that dude, yo.
They can take Snead with them.
Yeah, they can both go.
No, all right. We can have a conversation about Snead. Don't forget what Robert Saleh did with Richard Sherman, 2019.
Snead don't want to be here, bro.
I understand.
Snead don't want to be here.
I get that 100%, but bringing on a new regime sometimes lights the fire under players. We don't know that relationship. Again, we don't know what the hell is going on in that building. From the outside looking in, that motherfucker can go. You feel me? I feel the exact same way as y'all. But something is telling me, if he stays with Saleh, I feel like the spark might be lit again.
He makes too many dumb decisions when he out on the field to me. I mean, and then his speed.
Don't even know what's gonna happen with this shit. With
that case, with that court case, we can't talk about that over here. But we definitely that court case a little bit different, man.
I mean, he don't got no speed. I mean, his technique be too iffy for me, and he don't have speed to stay up with the faster receivers. I mean, so eventually he gonna have to play inside.
You think so?
Listen,
I think so because he ain't fast enough to play outside.
Or move him to safety like they did Logan Ryan.
True.
Yeah.
Sneed's not a safety.
He won't tackle.
It
depends. I don't know.
Look what Nico Collins did to that man.
Yeah.
The whole game.
Yeah, like he's not fast enough, and he's not like I don't know. Like I said, his technique. He make too many dumb decisions with his technique, and he's not physical enough to fight off the bigger, faster receivers. Like
we need to have a segment with him, basically about him and about Calvin Ridley if they stay or if they go. Those two right there.
I like Calvin to stay around. I mean, I just like him to stay around because who the fuck else do we got? I mean,
I got a list of guys I'm ready to go.
Hold up, but y'all Tennessee people, keep Juwan Jennings far away from the fucking Titans.
Absolutely not. Well, I'll argue you down right now. I can argue you down right now on that, brother.
Listen.
You put that motherfucker on our team. He's a dog.
He's an
asshole,
man.
but he's a dog.
Man, he's a wide receiver number 3 or 4.
We don't got a wide receiver 3 or 4, so it makes sense.
Man, he's a wide receiver 3 or 4, man. Let him go somewhere the fuck else.
Go ahead, CJ.
Listen to my words. As somebody who lives within walking distance of the high school that he played at, as somebody whose brother played with him as a sophomore in high school, as somebody who personally covered Juwan Jennings and knows him, let me tell you something about Juwan Jennings. There's not a more competitive dude that I have ever covered at any point.
I'm telling you, he's
career.
a dog.
Man, y'all love y'all Tennessee players. Y'all want Jalen Ramsey to come home too?
I'm from Jersey, bro. What you mean? I'm in Jersey right now. It's not no Tennessee nut. I love Tennessee Titans because I love the Tennessee Titans.
I'd rather have Brandon Ayuk.
See, no, you bugging now because Brandon, that behavior and all that stuff, we gonna get shut. He not gonna play for us. We're gonna sign him hell of money and he ain't gonna play.
I rather sign Brandon Ayuk, man.
Look, I'm gonna say that L'Jarius Sneed is the Brock Osweiler of defense. Getting the money from the franchise.
Yes, I agree.
Look,
I'd rather take Juwan than Sneed, honestly.
Give me Carnell Tate and Juwan Jennings, and I'm sold.
Bro,
no, we can't miss out on Bain. We can't miss out on Bain or Bailey. We need one of them.
Where are you gonna draft him at? Tate, I understand we're going off a little bit, but I need to know where you're going to draft him at.
I'm going to trade back a couple picks, and I'm taking Carnell Tate.
You better trade back.
We need Bain or Bailey. We need Bain or Bailey, man.
Bain or Bailey is our guys.
Carnell Tate will be gone before 10.
I think so, but that's why we can't draft him. I wouldn't draft him. I'm not drafting a number 2 receiver in the top 5.
Bro, Carnell Tate is
I'm not.
Carnell Tate was overshadowed by Jeremiah Smith. Dude he can run route. He's a hell of a route runner. He's got insane catch radius. I'm telling you, bro.
He's a number 2. He's a lesser or a little bit better than T. Higgins. He's a number 2.
I take T. Higgins too.
I wouldn't put him at number 1. No, you don't. That's the issue. Is the value is not there at 4. The value is not going to be there at 5. And
but
the value probably
you won't take T. Higgins, but you want Juwan Jennings. Man, make this make sense.
I'm taking because Juwan Jennings ain't going to be my number 1. He's not.
But he gonna want top money. I guarantee you,
Alec Pierce is gonna want top money. Juwan Jennings is not gonna want top money. I promise you that.
Note that y'all talking about too, because when he's saying he won't take T. Higgins, he talking about like he talking about draft position.
Yes, I'm talking about draft position. Yeah.
So he probably wouldn't even take Juwan Jennings number 4 overall.
Absolutely not.
Hell no. Brian talking about taking Carnell Tate. So he talking about as far as I wouldn't spend that high of a pick on that play.
Absolutely.
4, I wouldn't waste my first 4 overall. Just so y'all not conflicting y'all argument.
Carnell Tate's pro comps are George Pickens, Michael Thomas, and who was the other one I told you the other day, CJ? There was one other one.
But how he gonna be Michael Thomas and George Pickens? George Pickens got speed. Michael Thomas ain't never had speed.
See, and there lies that's where my big questions lie.
He doesn't have speed.
I want to see what
I won't say that he doesn't have speed. I will say that it is a question that I need answered.
Yeah.
For me,
they said he's gonna run a 4.5.
That's not good enough for a top 5
for a
pick,
top 5
number 1
pick,
receiver,
number 1 receiver. No, I can't.
You can't do it. You can't. I look at film too. I look at film heavy. It's not going to work. I personally don't see it happening.
So
I don't know.
So
there's not another number 1 in free agency.
No, it's not, because Pickens is not going to hit free agency.
No, he won't.
You're not going to find a number 1 this year. You're going to have to deal with a whole bunch of number 2s. Honestly,
it's and
that's why I say bring Ridley back.
You can't force it. You cannot force the issue.
Yeah.
If you start trying to look for guys who fit positions of need because it is a position of need, you find yourself in a very precarious situation. So it is my personal opinion that you find a way to make it work. I'm not saying with Calvin Ridley. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you find a way to make a solid top to bottom core that'll help get you to 2026. And I understand how difficult it is to have that thought when you have a quarterback as talented as Cam Ward on his rookie deal. I understand that. But you cannot force the issue with somebody that you don't 100% believe in. Yeah. I'm not saying that this organization believes in Carnell. I don't know what they're going to do. But if they don't feel like Carnell Tate is one of those guys that you can consider drafting with a top 5 pick, don't do it. And don't try to force it. And don't try to force it with Jordan Tyson either. Now, quick story.
You can't force that pick.
My brother was a receiver when he played ball, right? And like I said, he played with Jawan. My brother knows that position inside and out. And one of the most important things for him with regard to how you evaluate wide receivers, one, he wants to see how they run their routes. And he is a stickler for crisp, perfect routes every time. That's the way he goes. For the majority of this draft class, or this potential draft class at the receiver position, he doesn't see anybody that is truly a difference maker. The guy he likes the most out of all of them is Casey Concepcion from Texas A&M, because he sees a smart, savvy route runner who's tough and can make plays in space.
I don't know, because Lemon can run them routes.
You got a lot of good receivers. It's just the
Lemon's a dog. And he run them routes.
There are solid guys, solid contributors, but not difference makers. Yeah. There is no Jamar Chase. There's no Justin Jefferson. There's none of that in this year's class.
Yeah.
So if you don't,
but hold up, but we always say that, and somebody always jump out. So you can't. I mean, like potentially we say there ain't no number 1s or nobody to jump out the page like that. But we always see people that go against the mold and come out shining. Just like, come on, man, St. Brown. Ain't nobody see St. Brown being out no number 1 receiver in the league.
Yeah. The issue is, bro, he's talking about on paper, and that can do it in any scheme and any system. That's what he's referring to. I get what he's saying. But because there is nobody on paper that can do it in any scheme. You got guys that can do it in certain schemes, certain offenses that can just shine, and you be like, oh shit. And then it goes to another team. It's like, what the fuck? We're not getting the same guy that we got here. So that's what he's
but I really wouldn't say that about nobody coming out of college for real.
That's what I'm saying. Jeremiah Smith is that guy.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Bro,
I really don't.
Coleman.
Who?
Cam
Coleman.
Cam Coleman is another one. Cam Coleman, Jeremiah Smith are generational guys. I hate throwing around that word because
we'll see it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people, we throw phrases around too freely. Like, you got to see what they look like at the next level. Just because they unstoppable in college don't mean they're going to be shit in the NFL. We've seen it many a times.
I hear you 100%. I hear you. But Jeremiah Smith, I promise you, when you see him play, the traits that he has, the ability that he has to break down cornerbacks, and his knowledge of the game to sit in zones and things of that nature, it's years and years beyond his age. So with that, he's only going to develop and get better and better when he goes to an NFL offense.
But we said that about Marvin Harrison Jr. We said the same thing about Marvin Harrison Jr. Look at him.
I can't speak for everybody else. I can't speak for everyone else. But he looked good. He did look good, but I can't speak for anyone else. I saw certain flaws, but that it is what it is. He got picked early. He went to the wrong system. We're going to see what he does this year on a different system. It could have been a bad system, but again, that's not a generational talent. He has a generational name. The bloodline sometimes runs deeper than the actual talent in certain situations and certain guys. But Jeremiah Smith is one. I promise you, he's that guy. He's that guy.
He's got to get out of the desert, man, because he
Arizona
will waste his career in the desert.
I think they're going to trade him.
I think they're going to trade him soon. I think he does.
We had
you bring him to Tennessee.
We had a chance at a receiver last year in the draft, and instead they wanted to take a project edge rusher in the second round. And that dude is shining in Chicago. That dude is shining in Chicago right now, and it pisses me off every day. I tell CJ all the
Luther
time.
Burden Jr. Yep.
They blamed it on the attitude. They blamed it on a family. That's sometimes you don't draft for family.
He should be in Nashville.
Sometimes you draft. I think we hurt so bad when the whole situation that happened to the kid in Georgia that we drafted in our offensive line. And I just think we're so scared to draft guys that have bad attitudes or little red flags and stuff like that. We're so scared to draft those guys.
No, because they drafted TeAndre Sweat.
He don't got shit on a kid that happened in Georgia. That kid in Georgia
I know, but I'm just saying he had attitude issues.
He did have attitude issues. Yeah. Burton had family issues. It was deeper than attitude. It was like he wanted to keep on giving to his family. And again, like I'm a stickler on, we don't know what's going on in those scouting meetings. We don't know what's going on in the building. We don't know how he interviewed when he was with us, because he did have an interview with us. So when at the combine, when he had an interview with us, we don't know what was said. We don't know what happened. He probably said something to turn off the staff, and they just said, "No, we can't touch him." So I wish we would have got him, but at the same time, I love our draft class. So it's hard to really cry and complain about it. But yeah,
I'll tell you guys,
receivers in the 4th and 5th round. That's what's pissing me off.
I hate that shit. I hate that shit.
I'll tell you a story.
That's the Titans way.
I'll tell you a story real quick.
And so since y'all talking about receiver, y'all know that Van Jefferson is one of those ones. So, and I already know how y'all feel. Was understood. Don't have to be explained. So
I covered Van Jefferson too when he was in high school, when he was at Ravenwood High School.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, I understand it. I understand. Yeah. It's a 1-year stopgap.
All right, quick. Sebastian Joseph Day.
Depth piece, I would bring it back.
I definitely want to keep that depth in there because we already trying to build on the defense, and they already got a good depth right there. You don't want to make it thin, and they seem to have some type of. Those three do good. Between him, Sweat, and Simmons, they're pretty decent. Down tackle unit, but I wouldn't want to. We know what we have, like you said, and why not? Why not continue to develop? Yeah. If it's there, if it's affordable, then to keep it moving.
But you're not going to break the bank with him. You know for a fact you're not going to break the bank with him.
The only question that I have with regard to Sebastian Joseph Day is how much of a scheme fit is he in this new defense? Because there's going to be a new defense. That's the only question I have. Outside of that, he's a solid football player, and you cannot have enough solid football players.
Just like Jihad Ward is another one too. Like
another guy that I
another solid player, but it's just the fit. Only guys that you can even. I've seen people crying and complaining about the fit with Sweat. I get it, but his talent might offset that. If your talent offsets that, you should be copacetic.
You take it on the field for you to see the talent.
Yes, that too. That's why he's with Simmons this summer. So that should be fun seeing him with Simmons.
I will say that yes, it was a bit of a down year for T'Vondre Sweat, and I know a lot of people are going to look at you and say, "Hey, no excuses," and I get all that. Yeah. But I do think that he started off on the wrong foot, and a lot of that's just out of his control. When an injury happened, and then he had to have his tonsils out early in the season. It just felt as if he was never able to get on track. And I think we need to sometimes walk in with the understanding that sometimes things just happen that are outside of a guy's control, and you just have to try and grind your way through the adversity. And I think that that's what the second year for T'Vondre Sweat was, a lot of adversity. And he was able to make it through the end of the season. So I'm interested to see what it looks like with a new coach who values defense, who values defensive line. Obviously, he's going to be working with Jeffrey Simmons. And Jeff told him, "You have no choice. You're coming with me. Like, if I have to drag you out there, I will do it."
Yeah.
But
I know you love it.
I'm still high on T'Vondre Sweat because when he is on, he is the epitome of an immovable object.
Yeah. Keep an eye on Jordan Elliott too. Jordan Elliott played with San Francisco for the last couple years, so keep an eye on him coming over here with us just for a depth piece. I don't think he will be that much of an impact player, but depth-wise, he knows the system that San Francisco ran that we're going to run this year. So keep an eye on that guy too.
Yeah, you gotta look at it. Like, it's a lot of potential there. Like you said, because I mean, honestly, those three, T'Vondre and Simmons, it might be the best part of our defense. I mean, it's weird, but you don't want to take away from that because it's not like we have any solid edge. We're talking about edge. We didn't say interior line. We said edge is the problem. So these guys are holding it up. So they're making the edges look good. So if you can actually put some, performing pieces around them, then I think they will do even better.
Yeah,
they have
that's
so
why
much
Bane is
stress
so important.
Pick up from the lack of that they get to absorb more in the middle. But if you actually put pressure on those edges, then you're gonna free up the interior. Or it's gonna be blasting through and plugging things left and right. And it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a different show to be looking at. But like you said, Jahad Ward is one of those guys. I mean, so what do y'all? How do y'all feel about him? I mean, y'all want to keep him? Would y'all bring him back?
I would. I would. I don't think he's going to command that much money. So I would bring him up for a depth piece. I would actually look at Draymond Jones, also possibly bringing him back. He loved being in Tennessee. We just wanted to give him an opportunity to play on a winning football team because that's what he wanted at the time. He had no problem staying in Tennessee from what I gathered and what I learned and looking at the whole Twitter stuff and things of that nature. So he wanted to be here. It was just the trade. Hey, you can't pass up a 4 for a possible third for that. So we can look at him possibly coming back. I know you was talking about Gross last night. That's a possibility. There's a lot of off-season acquisitions that we can make at that edge position that's going to offset a lot of our problems. So bringing Jahad Ward back will be good, but again, does he want to be a 2 or a 3? Because he's not going to be a starter.
2 or 3. I see him as a rotational 4 or 5.
Possibly even
and that's okay at this stage in his career. I think he's 10 years in. So I think that's okay. Yeah. I'm not gonna know what he's gonna talk about with regard to his contract and all that, but I think he's one of those types of players that you need in the locker room who will help some of these younger guys, these younger players, continue to navigate with life as a young player in the league. I have no issue bringing back players like SJD, like Jahad Ward, maybe even a Draymond Jones. I have no issue with that. Those guys are
a bit. Come on,
those guys are solid enough players. And when I think about some of the decisions that need to be made, it feels as if, at least in my opinion, that they're looking for a different style of person, different style of player.
Yeah.
But it's worth remembering that all of this is just speculation, especially on the defensive side of the ball. We don't know who the defensive coordinator is going to be. A lot of that defensive staff has yet to be filled. So,
and market value right now, we at $2 million, at least $2 million. I mean, at max $2 million. So that's not bad market value. So,
right.
Yeah. So I'm fine with it.
Okay. Diddy, you with me?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you about we had talked about Sebastian Joseph Day. How you feel about him?
I mean, he's a cool rotational player, but I think they're gonna try and get a little bit bigger.
Okay. Going to the next piece on that line, staying on that same side. Defensive tackle. So how y'all feel about shot total rotation? Or you think we can do better at depth? What you think?
I think you can upgrade at that position. I think you can upgrade from Shy Tuttle. And Yeah, obviously there's the former ball, we get that, but you can definitely upgrade from that position. So
I agree. Keep it simple. I agree. Good player. He was better with Carolina than he was with us.
Yeah, injuries
like,
really have been the
injuries really
story of
pulled him down.
his
Got
run.
that heat on.
Definitely pulled him down. Same with
My
James
breakdown
Lynch. I like James Lynch too, but I just don't
I
know.
like
Yeah, that was
James
my.
Lynch. He gives me Carl Klug vibes, if you remember Carl Klug.
Yeah.
So he gives me a lot of that. Just a workman-like lunch pail type of dude. So I like him. I would bring him back, but I would understand if they decided to go in a different direction.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they won't do bad. All right, let's Mike Brown, safety. How we feeling about him? No, we know that's
I don't.
we know DBs is something we definitely looking at secondary. So,
I don't think you need them. Okay. I think you have enough safeties on the roster to where you wouldn't need them.
Not even his depth or rotation.
I mean, you got
special teams guy.
You got Winston, you got Hooker, you got Xavier Woods, who's under contract.
I think he's on a 1-year deal. So.
Woods?
Yes.
Somebody I bring back that's on you're getting ready to say is Elam, because when Elam was in the game, that dude played.
A former first-round draft pick, you better play.
That's what I'm saying. I think he needed to change the scenery.
Do you think he needs to move to safety though, Elam, or do you think he's a corner?
I don't know.
Honestly, I think you can move him to safety.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay. Honestly, I don't. That's one cat that I didn't look at that much film on. Believe it or not, I need to look at more film on him, and I really want to look at more film. I'll probably dive into him next week. Him and Baker. I love Baker Jr. because he's a gritty guy from like looking at the games, but I want to look at film solely on him throughout the season to see if he really did what I thought he did. He tried his hardest. He did the best he could. Is he a backup or is he a starter? We don't know. I personally wouldn't put Baker as a starter. I wouldn't put Brown as a rotational guy. I keep Brown as an specialist. But does he want that? He's a restricted free agent, so we might luck out, and somebody might want to sign him. I saw restricted on mine. I'm off over the cap. I apologize.
It could be.
It could be. I know Baker is also restricted free agent on my end too. I'm not sure what you're doing.
But that was the next player anyway, so
that's perfect.
I feel like one of the biggest things that, like, and it sucks trying to judge these guys is a lot of them were thrown into play
exactly
when did they really need to play? So bringing them back as depth pieces with a year starting when they didn't need to, I mean,
yeah, bring them back as 3s and 4s and just see if you can make the roster.
Yeah.
And again, like we said before, they're not going to cost that much money. It's the guys that we're talking about. I know we talked about this before, brother. This free agent list ain't too crazy. Like, it's not going to be a lot of starters on this list.
No. So I mean, Darrell Baker is the next person. I mean, would y'all keep him or would y'all let him touch him? Y'all would?
I'd bring him back as depth.
I'd bring him back.
Yeah, I like him as a depth piece.
Yeah,
I do think you need to completely overhaul that corner position. It is rough, and I am of the opinion that you do not try and fill it with draft picks. You don't have the luxury of doing that. That's one position where you fill it in free agency to the best of your ability.
Honestly, I think that because of the position we're in and the way that they want to attack this team, and because like we said, the uncertainty of the draft, I think we will make a splash in each of those positions at least. Yeah. We'll get a solid wide receiver, a solid edge rusher, and a solid. Because like you said, if you can at least elevate 2, 3 will be wonderful of these guys to be rotational pieces coming back. Then that'll give you more comfortability to go out and sign a veteran or 2. to put ahead of these guys to not only come in and teach them, but push their competitiveness. And then you can go and get your developmental corner, or could be someone because everyone's developmental in the draft, honestly. Everyone has to be developed. I mean, so regardless of whether they come one or the landscape, Mr. Irrelevant. Everyone has to be developed regardless of their skill level. So if you go and get your piece out there, then you're in a good position because now you got guys with experience who've been on the team who still want more to play for, who, like you said, won't cost much. You can go out and get some people in veteran free agency to come in to that the caliber that they can play because apparently you went and got them so they fit your system. And then you can go and continue to build this team up through the draft like you said you wanted to. So because we have a couple other people right here, like we name so like when you look at the depth, like we name who else? Okay, so with Shot Total, we got Mike Brown. Okay, so that's the safety. So right now we're looking at corner. I mean, I got 3 corners in a row right here. We got Darrell Baker Jr., then we got Amar Davis, and then we got Kaya Elam. So I mean, even if you take 2 of those and you can get 2-3 strength level play.
Amari Davis is going to the Giants. He's not going to come back to us. Unfortunately, I would love for him to come back to us, but I think he's going to the Giants because
I don't want him back.
That's Wilson's guy. That's Wilson's boy. That's Wilson's boy, and I get it. And he has that's the thing. We look at Armour Davis, and they say his size is a prototypical NFL corner. Mm-hmm. When he played corner for us, he started for us, and he played majority of the time for us. He didn't show that. And then we got guys in a draft that's getting knocked, like Pons, because he's only 5'9". So it's so frustrating and it's so difficult. Again, we talked about this before. Scheme fit is very, very important because if you go outside and if you just look at the two, you would think Jalen Armour Davis is a monster. You would think he's going to be a starting corner in the NFL for God knows how long. But then when you see him play, you're like, damn. And then when you look at Pons, you're like, he don't play in the NFL. But then when you look at film, you're like, oh, wow, this motherfucker is the second coming of one of the greatest corners of all time. So it's just little things like that. That's why I say it's so important to look at the scheme of the past teams that Solomon played for, or the schemes that Dable played for. I mean, coach for. I apologize, and be like, yo, we got to match up more so the scheme than anything else. Armour Davis, I wouldn't bring him back because of that reason. He can be a great developmental piece, but he doesn't fit for what I think Salah wants to do.
Right.
We need Greg Newsome.
You think Newsome?
Yep.
You like Newsome?
I love it.
Okay. But how much you think? Well, we got the money.
Diddy's gonna talk shit about me for this pick. Give me Alontae Taylor.
No, I like Alontae Taylor.
That's what I'm talking about.
He might be a Tennessee boy, but look what he did when he played against us.
Yes.
That boy wasn't taking nothing.
Yes.
No, I like Taylor.
There's a guy coming into the draft that I like that I don't think he's getting talked about a lot that can go in the second round, and that's Julian Neal out of Arkansas. He's 6'2", 208. Yes. That's a big boy for a corner.
Yeah, but it depends on his 40. And it sucks because you put so much in 40s and it field speed, game speed, and just running in your draws is completely different, man. But 40 is very important.
I'll give you another one that I would be interested in. Reek Woolen from Seattle. If he hits the open market, I would definitely.
I thought we were going to trade for him. I thought we were going to trade him. I thought we were going to trade from this around the what's the name, the middle of the season, but we didn't. I would love him, man. So another snappy guy that's not liked. The same thing as Jawan Jennings. They are equal. They're the same person to a certain extent. So yeah.
All right, look. So when we start looking in the special teams, we're looking at Joey Sly and Johnny Hecker. I mean, we got our kicker and our punter up too. So I mean, how do y'all feel about that? I mean, even the long snap up, Morgan Cox. I mean,
they'll bring like a year.
I think Morgan back for one more year. And I think Morgan comes back for one more year. I hope he does. He's been solid. You remember how bad it was here before Morgan Cox? So I think we get Morgan back for 1 year. Keep an eye out on a trade for Brandon, for the kicker that's in Dallas. Keep an eye out on that trade because he's a restricted free agent. I don't know what it's going to take to get him because you don't know what Dallas wants to offer. You don't know what tender they're going to put on him. but keep an eye out on it because I know Bones loves him and he would love to bring him back. There's a couple kickers that's available more so than Joey Slye, but Joey Slye might come back if he can't get the kicker from Dallas. That's what I think.
That would be
Arbery.
A dream scenario for the Titans. And
Brandon Arbery?
Yeah, that would be a dream scenario.
Dallas ain't letting Arbery go.
That's what I'm saying. He's a restricted free agent. They might not have a choice. It depends on what tender they want to put on him. I don't think they're going to put a second or third round tender on him. But again, Dallas is Dallas. They do things different over there. So
I don't think nobody trading for no kicker.
Brandon Arbery is different, brother. I promise you.
He is.
Brandon Arbery is different. Especially, I believe we have a couple of
but it'd be different if the Titans was like a few years ago when we couldn't find a kicker. Now I mean Joey Slye ain't bad. I mean, so they're not trading for no kicker.
I feel like it's too late.
Back?
No. Not at this stage.
Yeah.
But I do like Joey Slye. I think he was very good this year.
He was.
I know just a lot of situations that he was put in because of the offensive ineptitude. He was relied on to essentially be the Titans' offense.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of pressure for no matter who you are. But I think he did a good job, all things considered. And I'd be happy bringing him back. I'd be happy bringing Johnny Hekker back. I think that they both did yeoman's work for this team. And ultimately, keeping those units together, that they call it the tripod, keeping that together is a good idea.
Yeah.
So I would not be opposed to bringing them back.
Yeah, because
I mean, given our results too. I mean, we had a nice special. I mean, special team wasn't our problem.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
I mean, we got a great coach in special teams. So I mean, hell, I mean, I don't have an issue with it. I would love to bring them back, but if anything, I think you would keep Morgan Cox, you would keep Johnny Hekker, and you might test a kicker, maybe. But if you're gonna give me any type of change, I would go about it that way because I wouldn't want to do too much. But if I had to do something, I would try to retain two and maybe test a kicker. But I don't see the issue on them having to do that. So maybe they can actually maybe they can land 2 and 3 year deals.
Yeah,
lock them up. Let's get some continuity in. So I'm not sure. Go ahead.
I would keep the kicker and test the punter.
If anything, I agree with you on that one. I agree with you. Okay. If anything, but keep an eye on an undrafted free agent because I don't think he get drafted. The kicker, Dominic from Michigan University. He had a terrible year, but the year before, solid year. And the year before that, solid year. So just keep an eye on that to compete with Joey Slye if we bring Joey Slye back.
I can see that. I can see them doing competition. If we
get the thicker kicker from the Rams.
Bates is
Mavis.
Bates is actually available too. Jack Bates from Detroit. He's in but he's not, he's restricted also. So all the good kickers are actually restricted this year.
Yeah, makes sense. If we jump into some of the offensive stuff, but this is more offensive depth pieces, and starting with one that I keep bringing up often that I'm really concerned on to see what they do in this position would be, the backup, but we're talking about Brandon out. And I know
keep Will Levis.
Hell no. Will Levis can go somewhere.
Man, keep Will Levis as a backup quarterback. He ain't never get developed.
Will Levis.
He's going to be a backup quarterback. We're going to pick up another guy in free agency. Look at Tyrod Taylor. More than likely will be a Tennessee Titan this year, or Russell Wilson.
Trash.
And we're going to keep Will Levis. They backups though. They know the system. That's the thing.
Bring Marcus home.
Marcus, I would love Marcus to come home. We talked about that the other day too. I would love Marcus to come home. But I just don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
Marcus see, the thing about Levis, I was talking to somebody online about this the other day because I was asking. My whole thing about it is well, let me say what they said first. What they pretty much was saying was their defense was that they didn't think. They're like, think about it. Levis got drafted his team. He was supposed to have been a starter. He essentially lost his job to Cam Ward. I don't think he wants to sit there and be Cam Ward's backup. And I mean, I think that's a good point. I mean, you got to look at the mental aspect of him wanting to be here in this environment and now play down. So I think more than likely.
But if you under contract, you ain't got no choice. So
you can fake an injury. You can fake an injury, or you can opt for a surgery like he did.
Already.
He already did. He opted for that surgery. So
and that's what we're talking about. Because that's what actually led to the conversation, because they were saying he quit on the team for the surgery. Like, he pretty much was just trying to get out of here. But now I kept talking about it, but ain't he on the contract? So my thing is, I think what the team will do, and ideally what I wouldn't mind happening is, I think I was talking about a little earlier, is now that we have, we assume that we have the coaches that can come in and actually develop these players.
Yeah.
Why not, because this is my thing. Like, who the fuck was here to develop Will Levis?
Exactly.
Listen,
he came here for Will Levis, though. We got to think about that. Callahan came here for. We didn't get Mike McDonald because we wanted Brian Callahan to develop Will Levis.
Yes, and he didn't do it. He didn't call plays. The offensive coordinator. We brought in 2 offensive-minded people that don't call plays. What are we doing?
Exactly. In the world, man. And I love Rand, but we got to put that on Rand, man. We got to put that on Rand.
Hey, Rand overcooked.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how many players can get thrown in a game and have a type of look? You can call it what you want to. Not a lot of quarterbacks can say that their first NFL game was the way that Levis's was.
Absolutely.
Marcus. I don't think Marcus.
No, Marcus had a banger. Marcus had the best.
What was it? 4 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns. He was only second to Cam for that first game.
But it's career-wise, he didn't have a fair chance. Like we never really had the system. Oh, Tennessee has a system. If anything, we were always prided off the run. We haven't never been. No one's been scared of us throwing on them. Never been that type of team. So the type of people that come over here to develop any systems, I don't think get the fair chance to really So I'm like, look, if we can do that, at least get some comp back for Will instead of just letting him go, let him just sit on the roster and just be a bummer in the locker room. So right now he needs film, so we get somebody to develop. People believe in Dayball, so they'll think, oh, he's learning under Dayball, and then they're gonna put him in preseason, shop him, and then we can get some value back. And so I'm like, hey, if we can turn a 6th to a 5th or a 5th to a 4th, then why not go that route? But that's my prediction.
What if he turns into Malik?
Exactly.
That's fine.
I'll personally move Will Levis out of Nashville.
Just think about it like this. If we would have kept Malik and just waited a little bit and then traded him, we would have got more value. So I just think about little stuff like that. But again, who's going to say he was going to turn into what he turned into? And who's going to say when he goes to Miami, allegedly, he's going to have that same production and have that same playing style that he had when he was with Green Bay? So it's an iffy game, man. The NFL is funny. Football, period, is funny.
That's why the coach went and grabbed him, because he's comfortable with him.
Levis shouldn't have never been the pick. They should have let Malik develop. He should have never seen the field in his rookie season. Yeah, they should have never seen the field. Levis was never good. Go back and look at his college games. The only games that Levis was good at was against mediocre to less teams. When it came against good teams, he was ass. That's why he is.
But there's so many players that was trash in college that was good in NFL. Like, you can't keep using that.
Yo, I'm level with you real quick because I know this about Brian. If Will Levis doesn't have any haters in this world, it means that Brian has died. So I just want you all to know that. Like Brian will let you know 1,847 times a day how much he hates Will Levis.
Does he feel like he ruined his career because he didn't listen? Because that attitude and stuff that he did with Will Levis compared to what he did with Cam is completely different. Completely different. He was more patient with Cam. He was more understanding. Cam said, hey, I don't want to do this. He said, okay. If Will said, I don't want to do this, Brian was like, oh, you're going to do it. So it's just
that's because Will would rather roll the ball on the field to the Jets players.
I'm not going to argue.
That's because Brian Callahan knew he was about to get fired.
And try to pitch it 15 yards to go out of bounds.
Unfortunately, he's going to be on this roster this year. He's going to be our 2 or 3. They can't trade. You can't let him go right now because you don't know the value that they are scared to death because of what happened to Malik Willis. And they won't.
I really don't think he's bad. I think and the fact that Dayball can, developing. I really think Will Levis can be like a Josh Allen for real, yo. I'm not saying he could be as elite as Josh Allen, but he got a live
lower level
fucking arm, yo, and he's tough.
That's funny because I said on Twitter that they should trade him to Buffalo before, but that's only if we get value for him. So again, I want to get value for the guys that we trade. So to get value, they have to play to a certain extent, and they have to show something.
Minnesota.
But this is my thing.
Out.
All right. Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, CJ.
Hear me out. There is a team somewhere in this league who has an executive who was here when they drafted Will Levis.
Arizona.
And that's a trade destination for me. They are about to make a wholesale change at that position. Yeah. I foresee Kyler Murray no longer being a Cardinal.
Yeah.
I would trade, if I'm the Cardinals and Monty Ossenfort, I'd call Tennessee and see if they're willing to maybe have a little pick swap.
If it's a 6, I'm not doing it, bro.
There's another team that drafted a quarterback who's turned out to be absolutely ass that just fired their general manager.
JJ.
And
could be open to another QB. Just saying.
I have heard Will Levis linked to Minnesota. I have heard that.
You know, I'm probably going to be in the minority on this, but I personally think that JJ McCarthy was just playing his rookie year. I mean,
he was.
That's what,
absolutely.
I didn't touch it. You just handed it to me.
And when you juxtapose that, the fact that he missed his actual rookie season and comes
why you always giving it to me
and look like a rookie, but the reason that so many people are so upset with how it went down is because of what Sam Darnold has ultimately done.
Yeah,
and part of that is not fair to the kid. I personally think that Kevin O'Connell does incredible work with quarterbacks regardless of who it is. I think a second year with Kevin O'Connell, and it's going to look markedly different. But that's just me.
No, it's not just you. There's a couple other people.
Unless he gets hurt again.
And that's the problem because he has the...
And then you can start having a different conversation if the injuries continue.
Look, I'll say this. You could ask CJ. I said this to him the other day. I made a whole if I was GM thing. And I promise you, if they did what I put down on that list, we'd be in the playoffs next year.
What did you say?
Hold on, I'm about to read it.
Here we go, boys.
Hold on.
Let me hear the speech. Let me hear it.
You still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Let me clear my throat.
Yeah. Look, you're gonna cut Calvin. You're gonna cut Snead. You're gonna cut Cushenberry. You're going to bring Marcus back as a backup.
Okay.
Sign Breece Hall. I meant to cut Tony Pollard, too, because you'd save about a little over $8 million in cap space. Sign Breece Hall. Sign Juwan Jennings. Sign Isaiah Likely. Sign Elijah Vera Tucker to replace Kevin Zeitler at guard.
Who? I didn't hear that.
Elijah Vera Tucker.
Okay, I hear you. Connections.
Sign Yator Gross-Matos from the Niners as a defensive
CJ boy.
Jalen Phillips is another name being thrown around for us. Alante Taylor and Jason Pinnock.
Oh, you just want to spend a whole $100 million.
Exactly.
Where's all this money coming from?
And we have the money.
We have the money, but you don't want to spend all of it. We got to restrict a couple of guys. Not restrict, resign.
If you put Calvin Ridley as a post June 1st cut. Hold on, I got it right here. I was just looking at it.
Yeah.
Post June 1st, I want to say you save like $16 million or something crazy like that.
Yeah, but if you cut Calvin Ridley, you got to sign another receiver. They're not going to draft two more receivers.
You're going to go in the season with a whole bunch of number twos.
You bring in Juwan, and you sign.
Juwan Jennings is a bum. I don't know what is the infatuation with this dude. He's a fucking bum.
He had 9 touchdowns this season.
But so did fucking NWI. NWI had 10.
How many do you have over 5 this year?
I'll tell you a quick story about Juwan.
Now you told us a quick story. He's a bum. It ain't gonna change my mind.
I'll tell you a quick story. So I see a practice one day, right? my brother's obviously on the team, and I was told by his coach, Coach Sonny Gray, when he's in high school.
Play for the Reds?
Yeah, play for the Reds. Coach Sonny Gray. He's got a kid who's going to be at Tennessee as a freshman this year. He's in Knoxville now. But again, I saw Juwan on multiple occasions. When I say mossing people all over the field. And you know what the crazy
We're in
thing
high
was?
school. In high school.
And do you know
that's what I'm. Come on, man. This is the NFL. He's a bum.
But do you know what position he ended up playing in high school?
He played quarterback in high school.
Quarterback. And he was a standout basketball player in high school. Helped lead his high school to their first ever and only state championship. When he got to college, Butch immediately made him a receiver. Immediately. And Juwan's speed has never been his game. Right? Let's
positioning.
Full stop. Speed has never been that dude's game. But here's what that dude brings. When he's on the field, he looks to hurt people. Like, he looks to physically dominate people. He brings a linebacker's mentality to the receiver position. He always has. And
yeah, I saw Jawan Jennings before Jawan Jennings and Terrell Pryor.
Terrell Pryor should never have been moved from quarterback to receiver. He was a quarterback.
He was a beast at receiver.
It wasn't his first year. It was like his
second
or third year, I think so. He was really good. He was really good. Surprisingly.
He was, but he was just as good as a quarterback. Yeah. But it's just the same thing that the NFL continued to do for many years. Whenever you saw a supremely athletic dude, an athletic black quarterback, the first instinct is always to move him to another position. It still happens. It's still the first instinct. And I don't understand it, but I digress. You bring Juwan in as a number 2 receiver, I'm definitely okay with that.
Braxton Hill is the person that remind me of too.
I don't think that they would be trying to bring him in for a number 1.
Yeah, he's doing.
Yeah, no, you're not bringing him in as a number 1 receiver.
We will.
That's why I don't think we'll get Alec Pierce either, because they know Alec Pierce is a number 2.
Alec Pierce is about to make about.
He's going to make He's going to make money. Yeah. Just like Jawan Jennings is going to make money. That's why I think Jawan Jennings is more likely, because Jawan Jennings know he's a number 2. He knows he's a number 2 or number 3.
He also said he always wanted to play.
Exactly. So that's why I think we come back with him and get a discount, if that.
Yo, so real quick, I was just doing the math. If you get rid of Snead, Ridley, and Cushenberry, that saves $42 million in cash.
And if you restrict the contracts of Hooker, Simmons, as well as Pete, you will get an extra $30 million, which I think they're going to extend. They should extend Pete and Jeff. So hopefully we get that done, because that's $30 million added on to what we already have.
I'm probably the only one on that boat. I don't think Hooker should have got.
I don't either. After what he did, he had a terrible year.
I think what happened to Amani Hooker is similar to what happened to Michael Griffin at the end of his career. Mm-hmm. He was asked to do everything, to be the brain of the secondary.
Yeah.
And by October, the guys that you've been working with are all gone.
Yeah.
They're all gone. Snead's on IR. They trade Brownlee. They trade McCreary. You're working with. Well, yeah, that's true. That's one of the reasons why I want to say see it to L'Jarius Snead, because there's always an IR stint coming with him.
Yeah.
And
Hook got paid. Hook is a box safety, and they got him playing in the back, and he's not comfortable. That's why KB leaving was more impactful now compared to when it was then. Honestly, Rand, that trade made so much sense then. But now looking at it, you see like, I don't know. And now KB can possibly come back, but if KB comes back, What are you going to do with Hook, and what are you going to do with Winston Jr.? Because Winston Jr. is a stud. You can't. He's not a ball hawk. He can't cover over the middle, but he can hit you. So it's just like, what are you going to do?
I'd love to see a KB Winston combo.
I would love to see that too, but they got to let go of the Hook.
I think Kevin Winston Jr. is a poor man's Kyle Hamilton. At this stage. Like he's not as polished as a cover guy as Kyle Hamilton is, but
he's not polished at all.
That boy
he can't cover he can't cover at all. That game that he played, he got burnt most of the game, and that's when they really gave him the opportunity to cover, and he just didn't do it. He's a box safety. Let him do what he's good at.
Byers only 32 too, by the way.
What happened, brother? I didn't hear you.
I said Byers only 32 too, by the way.
That is true. But I don't think we get more than 3 years if we do sign KB. I think we get 2. Definitely a strong 1.
I'm gonna say this at the start of the year, at the start of the new league year, you're gonna find out about a couple of Titans because a bunch of them are getting bonuses and shit and guarantees, and that's Ridley, Christenberry, and Snead, and
Cushion.
Me and KB were at MTSU at the same time. Yeah. Our time overlapped. So, fun fact about that.
Good people.
I'm sure at some point I'll walk past them on campus.
You throw Pollard into that cut list, and you got $50 million extra in cap space. With
people hate that. I've been talking to fans about possibly cutting TP. People hate it, but it's just the age game. You can't keep TP and you can't keep Spears and get another running back. If you get only time that works is if you get Walker, because they do completely different things. But the money aspect of it won't line up. So that's the issue. If you get Hall, you gotta cut Spears, or you gotta let Spears go, or you gotta let TP go, and then you're still going to have to draft. So that's why I say Hall is kind of iffy. But I would love to get Hall in here because what he does. He could be a 3-down back. What's up, brother?
CJ knows how I feel about Tajay.
So I'm gonna get y'all feedback on this. So look, we're gonna finish running through the offensive depth. But what I'm gonna just run through the pieces I got here. So, because assuming we let them go, keep them or replace them, but what are we gonna do with these following players? And these are, like I said, considered offensive depth. So
what we got,
quarterback is Brandon Allen. Offensive tackle, Ali Udo. And then we got Corey Levin as the center. Blake Hance for offensive lineman. And then Julius Chestnut as a running back. So y'all can, so that's a running back, a center, offensive lineman, an offensive tackle, and a quarterback.
Hance is good. I would keep Hance.
Bro, Hance spent 3/4 of the year on IR.
Yeah, but again, that goes into the I get you. You can talk me out of that one. You can talk me out of Hance. Udo, I would love Udo.
IR, bro. It's too many. I like Udo.
I love Udo. Was one of those. He was one of those players who you see something in him, but whenever he played 1,000 miles an hour.
Yes.
And if there was a good play, it was a good play. But if there was a mistake, it was a rough mistake.
It showed.
Yeah. He is the poster child for that term. If you're gonna mess up full speed, we'll correct it after.
Yeah. And that goes into the development piece. We have a great offensive line coach coming in, so I would keep him. And that's why I say Hance, but you could, again, like I said, I'm not going to BS you. You can talk me out of Hance, but when it comes to Udo, I think he should be back 100%. Chestnut, I put Chestnut with Mason and Kinsey. The same situation. You did what you had to do. Great players. We love who you as a person, but it's about that time.
To stick as an undrafted in this league is so hard. Trust me, I work with a guy who spent 11 years in the NFL as an undrafted offensive lineman. It is hard. So I have the world of respect for any dude who wasn't drafted and found his way and stuck in the league. That said,
even practice squad is difficult.
1,000,000%. And to do it 6 years in a row, that's why I tip my cap to Mason Kinsey.
Exactly. And Chestnut,
If you want to improve this roster, you have to look at everybody. There are only a handful of people who are safe on this team, to me. Yeah. If you are a rookie, if you are Jeffrey Simmons, or if you're Cam Ward. That's it.
Yeah.
Everybody else.
That's when I say Hook. You keep an eye on that Hook. Hook and TP. Keep an eye on it.
Because even though we got these pending free agents, this isn't to say like, oh, these are the only players who are accessible, or expendable. I mean to say. So I mean, yeah, you're right. I'm absolutely certain that they will, especially looking at what Brian's been looking into. They will actually not just rely off of the cap that they have alone, but they'll make some moves to adjust and create more caps from to make a bigger splash or something. And then when you look at what they have to do, because I heard, I don't know if y'all seen the interview, but I think I'm gonna react to it. The one with Mike Borgonzi and Taylor's Zarzar. Am I saying it right? Zarzar.
Zarzar.
Yeah.
Okay, Zarzar. But that's one of the things that Borgonzi emphasized again. Like, we're not going to draft or pick players just because they fit a position of need.
Mm-hmm.
We will get. They have to. They say we want to learn how to marry the two. We want to fill the position, but we want to be able to marry the talent and to put the best fit and get the best player possible. And so that's one of the things he was emphasizing. If you didn't see it, it's like a 15-minute watch, but you can check it out and see him say that. But yeah, so I mean, you got to understand how they may attack this thing. So I'm pretty sure that they'll make those necessary changes and adjustments. If they feel a player's worth it enough, they'll go for it. I mean, especially given the Dan Moore deal last year, I don't think you would want two critical large signings 2 years in a row. Because, a lot of people got a lot of backlash. Like, a lot of people, that was a big question mark for a lot of people. Thought it was way too much money for Dan Moore. So I don't think he wants to go into two free agencies back to back, having critical overpaid acquisitions or whatnot.
The reason, and let's be, the reason they had to do that is because, it is very hard to find young offensive linemen at that age who are available in free agency.
Yeah.
If you have an offensive lineman who is worth their salt, you're not letting them out of the building.
And you're not letting them touch free agency at all.
Right.
Unless you're John Robinson.
Well, he got injured since he left, though. Let's not talk about Jack.
Jack should have still been here. He wouldn't have got injured if he was.
I got you.
By the way, you can't cut Hook. You take almost a $12 million dead cap hit, and you wouldn't save nothing. You could do a post June 1st trade, and you'd save $9 million. Other than that, just because you just gave him the deal, you're not going to save any money.
That's what's so tough about it, and that's what sucks because I want KB back. If we can get KB back, KB with Winston Jr.
Crazy.
And,
oh my God.
And think about the leadership that dude would immediately bring.
Exactly. I love Downs too. Let me front. Let me not front. I love Downs. The people, the guys that I would draft at 4 are Caleb Downs, Love. I know y'all against Love, Bain, and Bailey. Those 4 would be amazing locks for that number 4 if we drafted at 4. If we drafted at 4, if we stick at 4, I will love those 4 guys. A lot of people don't love Love. I get why a lot of people don't. It's rough drafting that early a running back. I get it, but he is special. I promise you. And I'm just thinking about it. I don't want him to go to Kansas City. I know we talked about this the other day. I don't want him to go to Kansas City because that's going to be a problem over there. Then with a running back and Patrick Mahomes, do we want that? Do we want that?
I think when
because we're going to be fast and violent, so we don't care about nothing.
He's fast and violent himself. Go ahead, brother.
I think a lot of people are watching when Bain goes to the combine to see his measurements. I think that's a big thing everybody's looking for.
Bailey is good too. Bailey is very good. Very, very good player. Reese is going to be the project that a lot of people might take. And Reese is the guy that it depends on the scheme. The other 4 that I said, it doesn't matter the scheme is a wrap. But Reese is the one you really got to pay attention to where he goes and how they develop him. The other ones, I
don't think Reese is a fit for what Saleh wants to do.
Me either.
He's a bit undersized for how he wants his, edge rushers, and he's a bit oversized and doesn't have the necessary skills to be a classic stack backer in his alignment. But I think the thing that we also sort of undervalue is how he's going to deploy a lot of these guys.
Exactly.
Because I think Robert Saleh has evolved as a defensive coach in the last couple of years. So
Yes.
I wouldn't necessarily put it past him to find a way to maximize somebody like Arvell Reese, but at this current juncture, I wouldn't draft Arvell Reese with that 4th pick. But that's just me.
I would not.
Hey, look, Coach Murph.
What's going on, brother?
Yo, can you verify? Or can anybody, whatever.
What's
Yo,
up?
I'm gonna run through the rest of this list right quick. This gonna be the last of the list. But I'm seeing them as restricted free agents, but we got 5 people right here. I want y'all to know what we're gonna do with them. I'm gonna read the names off.
And they're restricted?
Safety. Yes, they're restricted. I'm just trying to double check. Yeah.
But
we got safety Jared Reed II.
Restricted.
And then we got cornerback Kemon Hall.
Restricted.
Mine Hall. Wide receiver Bryce Oliver.
Restricted.
Restricted.
Exclusive rights.
Yeah.
Exclusive rights. Yeah. Some of them are exclusive rights.
Because and Nerfy, Orgy, he
Anthony Orgy.
Yeah, restricted rights.
Former Vanderbilt star.
Bro, Anthony. Yeah, I said his name all type of crazy. And then
like Anthony Simons, like the dude playing for the Blazers.
Or no,
CJ Ravenhill. That's the last one on
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, executive restricted free agent.
Yeah, he.
So those guys you should expect back. Honestly, though, if it's anything restricted wise, you should expect those guys back. Reed is interesting. He's an interesting guy because of what he did with Seattle. I like him. I like him, and it just it goes to the scheme. So that one we should keep an eye on. I love Oliver for what he does on special team and the potential that he has as a receiver. He has so much potential, but he can't stay healthy, and it drives me crazy.
I think his injury was mismanaged by the team this year,
and that's what worries me about Cam Ward.
Every couple years, Bryce Oliver's been hurt.
Yes,
it's a new team. It's a new team here.
He was hurt last year too.
Yeah,
it's a new team.
But he can play, bro. His body control is different.
Listen. We have to get used to our new team now. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me reiterate something to you all as we're evaluating some of these players. Remember our approach last year to free agency. What was the theme? What do we notice? Guys who weren't getting injured a lot.
Yep.
Guys who had longevity. So keep that in mind while you're saying things like he can't stay. He might be a candidate because they seem to, if they follow the same thing from last year, then we have to consider some of these players who tend to be a more injury prone.
That's very true. Very true.
But keep that in mind if they were going to go with the same approach that they went last year. I got a scenario for y'all.
As long as Brinker's not running shit.
What we got, brother?
Man, it's gonna challenge your number 4 spot, Brian. But listen, okay, this is what we do. So listen. So let's say we signed Juwan Jennings in free agency. Let's say we take Bain in 4. Who do you draft in the second round? Where do y'all go?
Julian Neal.
Who?
Julian Neal, the corner from Arkansas.
I hear you. I love Pons, man. I don't know why. I love this guy.
Realistically, I'd love Jermod McCoy, but he's going in the first round.
He'll go first.
McCoy's going in the first round. Pons actually might slip
in the first round.
Pons might actually slip in the first round too because he's so damn good. That second round pick is up for it. I don't know. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't know. I don't know the direction in which we're going through because I don't see the free agents. I don't know the free agents we're going to sign. So it's so difficult.
I was going to say this before you brought up the scenario.
Mm-hmm.
I think what they do in free agency is going to tip their hand of what they do in the draft.
100%.
Absolutely.
I think
usually how it goes.
I'd watch the first couple of signings they do in free agency, and I'd go from there.
Yeah.
And you know what though?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, say your point.
For a second, if for shits and giggles, I would trade back in the second, get a third, or get a fourth, and I would get Omar Cooper Jr. I love Omar Cooper Jr. Like we talked about before, CJ and Ron. Like we talked about this before. I love him. I love him. I see a little bit of AJ in him, and I just think about DK, Metcalf, and AJ when it was at Ole Miss, and then I see Elijah, and then I see Omar, and it's so much alike when it comes to it. Their style of play, of course, not the body. DK was amazing when it comes to his body of work, but I just see it. I just see Omar Cooper Jr. just taking over and just being an amazing piece to this offense.
A guy I don't think's being talked about a lot that could go in the second round is Jeremy Bernard.
They're talking about him. He's going to go in the second round. He's 100% going in the second.
I think he's another one.
Consistently has gotten better.
Yeah.
Every year.
I think he's one of those. He's one of those guys where the combine testing numbers are going to be
really important
for him.
It's
really important for him. If he shows up and runs, say, like
4.4,
high 4.4s, and the testing numbers are fine, then you could definitely pencil him in as a top of day 2 type of prospect.
But the issue is he doesn't have 4.4 on the field. He doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah,
he doesn't.
So,
but
it's locked.
But what he does, he does everything well.
Yeah,
he's one of those guys who you can put him in any situation, he will make an impact on your football team. Yeah. And those are the type of guys that you absolutely love. The only issue is his athletic testing numbers. He's a limited athlete.
Exactly.
But I do like where you're going, Brian, but I'm not sure from an athletic standpoint whether he's going to be the type of guy that you want.
You get him at 3, though, in the third round. You're ecstatic. You're ecstatic. He's not. But I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there. If you can get him in the third, you're ecstatic.
I will give you somebody who I think his draft stock was hurt due to his team's lack of success this year. But if he's there in day 2 and you decide to do something else with the 4th pick, or you decide to trade back, I think TJ Parker from Clemson is a
first rounder.
We'll see. Maybe he may go late first.
Yeah.
Late first round. But he's got the requisite skill set and the requisite measurables that most coaches, especially the new one here, would look for. He's got that for days. And he had
is beautiful.
He had a decent week at the Senior Bowl. Made a couple of eye-popping plays. But yeah, that's somebody that I would definitely consider. If you choose not to address that position in the first round, I would look at TJ Parker.
Do you think they double dip at edge?
I
think so.
Okay. At the beginning,
no, because that's forces.
I'm gonna say no, only because they took Femi last year.
Mm-hmm. And who's the best person at transforming one guy from one position to the next position? Robert Saleh. He did it with Fred Warner. He did it with Dre Greenlaw. So Jimmy Ward too. He did it too.
I think the current Titan who stands to benefit the most outside of Jeffrey Simmons is Femi Oladejo.
Exactly.
Yes.
Another Niger boy, by the way. We're everywhere. I want you to know that. Like, we are literally everywhere.
Hey, look, this AI overview on Google, hey man, this shit is legit. So it's projecting Jeremy Bernard to run a 4.49.
You do that,
and
solid.
His strengths: strong, versatile player, capable of playing wide receiver, backfield, and wildcat quarterback. Weaknesses: average long speed, not considered a twitchy athlete.
If he runs a 4.9, he's going in the third. I promise you that. If he runs a 4.49, If he goes, 449. If he goes to the 449, he's going in the third.
No,
you think he's going to?
I go to.
Somewhere in the second round.
I'm willing to wager on that friendly gesture. If he runs a 449, I promise you he's going to go third, brother.
All right, so your guy, CJ, KC Concepcion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're projecting him to run between a 4.43 and a 4.49.
Mm-hmm.
It says versatile playmaker, slot receiver, backfield with strong yards after catch. Evaluated similarly to Elijah Moore, Wan'Dale Robinson, and Jaden Reed. Why isn't it showing me weaknesses?
You don't got none.
Hey man,
do you know what I think? Honestly, like I think this is going to be a little different than last year. Not only because we're drafting for a new coaching, staff and scheme, but because when you hear what they say, when you just hear these little hints that they're dropping, like that's why I said I don't think they need a number one because they need more depth.
They don't.
Because think about it. Now hear me out. Just hear me out. I'm trying to match the pieces together.
Yeah.
They said that they're going to be running a different offense. He said, like, I guess that's coming from a defensive coordinator standpoint because he has a scheme against offenses. So he's saying all these offenses pretty much look alike. And he like, we're not going to do that. We're going to make it hard to scheme against us. Like, with the way he felt he approached other teams, he don't want other teams to do that to us. And so he says it's going to make it hard for them to do that. But how do you do that? You get more depth. It's not about having the highest top tier, but if we had a solid twos and some okay, do you really want a banging one, a good two, and maybe some threes and fours in there? Or how about what if we had like three banging ass twos?
Like, that's what we're gonna have. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then also consider this. Consider that he's hiring a coach specifically for the nickel position. Let's not go away from that. That means something. We're investing money into a position specifically who still has to report to the secondary coach. Okay, regardless. So there's something going on in there because we got to address that. Got rid of our best nickel corner, Roger McCreary. You know what I'm saying? What we tried to do in what's his name? We got from the third guy.
I think the guy that they're gonna put in the nickel
Jarvis
position
Brownlee
on the roster.
Who's the
Marcus
third
Harris?
Marcus Harris.
Yeah.
Marcus Harris.
I think
No.
Marcus
I'm not talking cornerback. I'm talking wide receiver. Who's the third? We brought him over from the Bengals. It was
Tyler Boyd.
Yeah, well, like we tried to run with Boyd. Didn't work. Didn't have that slush. So we tried to address this position and it failed. But they need everything to work. So you got to think of something extensive. So that means we need more pieces because this is going to be your week this week. We utilizing your skill set this week, and so we don't need just one person to go out and dominate because that's typical. So we're going to be different. The approach is going to be different. So expect to see a little bit more than what you would usually, expect them
to do.
To see.
So you would need different type of players to do that. Keep an eye on Deebo Samuels. He is an unrestricted free agent, but he is going to pull in $13 million a year. So keep an eye on that. I don't know if we want to touch that. But he is the guy that you said in that situation that does different things each and every week. He can be your running back. He can do the little things like the check down, the slants. He's the nice little slant guy. He has a little bit of juice still. He's a big body guy. He can do screens. So it's iffy, but he's a guy out there that possibly can do certain things that you said. Jawan Jennings is also the same type of guy.
Mm-hmm. Even if they bring him in and stuff, they'll get guys like a Deebo Samuel.
Exactly, in the draft, possibly.
Like people like, so it's like because we need like they said, I need the guys to execute my plan. How does this look like? And so with that being said, you got to understand this too. So now I have to think like Mike Borgonzi, and I'm like, okay, I already know my draft position. I know where I'm at. I can make my board, and I kind of realistically know if I go here, who will or won't most likely be available at 2 and at 3. And so when I look at the possibility, because I'm not trying to draft position specific, so when I'm looking at who may or may not be available, certain things they might just go ahead and knock out in free agency. Like, look, I know I'm going to need this, but the chances of me getting a decent one might not. So let me make sure I got that piece in place now, and then I can shoot my shot later.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to I'm not going to let a position go unaddressed to put myself in a position to where I'm trying to stretch in the draft. And now here we come in, Coach June first. I'm trying to pick up the scraps to put the team together.
Yeah.
So,
Side note.
So this free agency is going to be the next critical step. Like the way we were waiting on this coaching hire,
it's going to be fun.
Free agency is going to be like, okay, because too many, re-signs, releases, and new signings.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot going on, man. And yeah, and we got the bread to do it. So, like you said, we can play.
Side note, fellas, I just looked at Juwan Jennings, his market value right now, it's more than Alec Pierce. And I don't know when this went up because I remember Alec Pierce was number 2 behind GP. Right now, Juwan Jennings is over Alec Pierce. So this had to just happen not too long ago. Juwan Jennings' market value for the year is $22 million. I don't know. I don't know if we touch that. I don't know.
I wouldn't pay 22.
22 is right, and Alec Pierce right now is 20. Robinson is right now with 17. Then you got Sheed at 14. Debo at 13. Romeo Dobbs is at 12. So with 22, I don't know. And if it's saying market value, right now that has to be with league sources, information and whatnot. So that 22, I don't know if I don't know. For Juwan, we won't touch that for a number 2. Because he's a guaranteed number 2 compared to Alec Pierce can develop into a number 1 possibly. Juwan Jennings, I want him, but honestly, at this, it's crazy how you change opinions towards the end of the pod. But 22 is pushing it. It's pushing it.
So if you look at the screen, I got the salary cap right there just in case you want to make because there's some people, when you see other, and then you got to look at some teams too. Some teams need money.
Yeah.
they need.
Yeah.
Some teams need a.
KC got some linebackers we need too. KC got a couple linebackers that we can pull.
Really, you know what I want y'all to really do? Like, look at this right-hand side. Really look at this right-hand side, though. Like the Chargers got the first. If you look at the Chargers, they got the potential because they was an 11-5 team. They got.
I don't know how the hell they did that.
So I mean,
brilliant.
That's crazy. But when you look at these people that are in trouble, especially the Chiefs, it's a lot of people got to do a lot of something to do anything. Because I mean, goodness, I mean, it's not. Look at John Harbaugh walking into $7 million. That's all they got. 7. That's it. You went over there.
But ain't nobody on that team coming back, and a lot of people getting cut though.
Huh?
A lot of people getting cut from that team.
But I mean, just look
at the projections from the rip.
You can't cut the
show. I'm gonna give you a name that I didn't think about until just now. Based on what I'm seeing with these numbers with the New York Giants and how they have
Wan'Dale Robinson
continued to. Tell me how you feel about Brian Burns.
Oh, I'd love him.
They won't let him go. They won't let him go because I'm quite sure Denard Wilson went there for him. Denard Wilson went there for those 3. Thibodeau maybe. I wouldn't, and that's still rough because they love that 3-man rotation. So yeah. I don't think Burns moves. I think he restructures his contract though. He has no choice but to. So that contract is definitely getting restructured. But I don't think they let him go.
There's a guy. TD was very high on him coming out in the draft that got drafted by the Giants.
Who?
Azeez Ojulari.
He's a free agent, I think. Is he?
He's a free agent this year.
Yeah.
That's
a possibility. He's an edge or he's an inside line.
He's outside linebacker.
Outside linebacker?
Edge. I believe he's an edge.
Yo, fellas, side note, gotta talk my Titans shit. Look at these Houston Texans at -5.2 and Jacksonville at -9.
Yeah, that's one cut. Like I was talking to a couple. I was talking to a couple of Dolphin fans that I'm friends with, and I mean, look at theirs, -23. If they cut 3 people, they'll have over 45 million. Like it's crazy. The only person.
But that's what I'm saying. You take advantage of a lot of them. And that's what I'm saying. We don't know who's gonna get cut. So that's another thing too. That's another thing. Consider like we have releases who aren't necessarily pending free agents and people that we might just cut. So other teams probably do the same. A lot of people who hit the market that people wouldn't expect to hit the market. But let me ask y'all this. I've been seeing this name being tossed, man. I don't know how you feel about him coming back, especially people been saying DeAndre Hopkins is a target.
I apologize. I'm about to go on a rant. If you think DeAndre Hopkins is a target for the Tennessee Titans, you are a lazy reporter and a lazy scout that's just putting names on and just throwing it out there. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense.
I felt crazy reading.
I appreciate you, brother. That's why I had to get it off my soul because I saw it too. And when I saw it, I got pissed off. That's lazy reporting. That's lazy scouting. You're just throwing shit at the dartboard. No, it doesn't make sense for him or the Tennessee Titans.
The receiver that I'm seeing linked to us that nobody's talking about, like I'd say fan-wise and national media-wise, is Romeo Doubs.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that.
That's one I would like.
But again, is he going to be?
I seen somebody ask that. I want to say they said
it's
because I can't think. I know what they said between it was Jennings, Pierce, Dobbs.
I know which one you're talking about.
I saw it too. Yeah, I think he go if we get him. I think we get him at a nice price because I think. I think we get him at a nice price because, like I said, when I just saw Jawan Jennings and that number go up, I was shocked.
I still don't see it.
That 13 is not bad. What happened, brother?
But at the same time, receiver contract numbers are
bloated,
out of control anyway.
Yeah. And there's a couple receivers in the draft that I would rather touch at a cheaper price than that. But the draft this year is not as bad as everybody say. The issue is the draft this year is bulked up in the middle. There's a lot of good players, a lot of role players that if you go to the right scheme, that can be really, really good. But there's not a lot of superstars in it. But at the end of the day, it's not a lot of bad players either. So it's extremely difficult to gauge what teams are thinking. So this year is straight strategy. It's straight checkers when it comes to the GMs and the scouts and things of that nature. That's why I think it's going to be fun. That's why I love doing what we're doing right now because you don't know. We can hit on 90% or we can hit on 0%. But the fun thing is we're talking about it and we're going to be in that boat no matter what. So, yeah.
So another name in the draft. I'm going to get called a homer for it. Call me what you want.
The wide receiver?
Chris Brazzell.
Chris Brazzell.
He is good. He's a burner too. He's a burner.
I think just from my perspective, he might not be as polished a route runner as someone like Carnell Tate, but he gives you the ball tracking ability, the contested catches, and then he gives you the deep speed as well. I would definitely at least give a thought to Chris Brazzell at the top of day 2 if you decide not to, go
Dante Thornton Jr. That's his twin. That's what I call his twin. That's what it reminds me of.
He is a better intermediate route runner than Dante Thornton. Dante Thornton will strictly find a way to get him on deep in cuts, find him to take him down the field. But Chris Brazzell he's a much more versatile route runner.
If we want him, we have to go too with that. That's the issue that we have with him. We would have to go to because he's not going to be there after the second round.
I'd be okay with it.
You would?
Yeah, I would be.
You can talk me into it. I can definitely talk me into it.
I'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
And see, speaking on that, because somebody had asked, do you think we'll double dip? It is no, but I think we'll double dip at corner the way we did wide receiver.
You think we do it late though?
Because this draft is, like you said, it doesn't have a lot, but I have been seeing a lot of reports saying that they're pretty heavy. Corners. Like I said,
edge and corner.
Yeah. So I think that they'll sign a veteran for sure. They'll definitely sign a veteran in free agency, but I think that they'll feel like they'll have that expendability because of how deep it is. They'll be able to pick up some, like I said, like we did. And honestly, I mean, we questioned DK, but he's the Pro Bowler. I mean, everybody was like, "Oh, who?"
That's very true. I'll give you that.
I went on my apology. I went on my apology tour.
I didn't go. Yeah.
So yeah, they might. They got to trust the process. I mean, if they get it right enough, I just start believing. And I mean, like I said, so that's why I'm curious as to how they approach free agency this year, how his second draft comes out, because the first one wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. I mean, compared to what we've been getting, for sure wasn't bad. So he go again.
I like Brownlee still, though. I just think we were too quick on that pull for Brownlee, because I don't. Again, we don't know what's going on in that building, but take Keys away. Say for example, we took Keys away and then we kept Brownlee, because I believe those two together were clowns. So with Keys and you got Brownlee, they both joking around and stuff like that. But if you take one of those away, like, we are not going to re-sign him. We know he's going to go. If we had Brownlee, we would be in a better position. But again, how do we feel about Marcus? Do we think Marcus Harris is a slot corner, or do we feel like he's an outside corner?
He's a slot corner.
I think he's a slot corner also. Brownlee, is he a slot, or is he an outside?
He's 100% a slot corner.
Exactly. So that I can get the difficulty when it comes to that, especially when you want to get your guys in there and see how they play on the field.
Yeah.
So that's why you can justify that trade, just like you can justify the KP trade. I mean, KB trade. So in situations like that, I get it, but I just wish we would have kept him a little bit longer to see if we can get that maturity in there with him, with another guy out that's the most immature guy that we got. But he's also an energy cat, and people love him on the team. So I get it. It's just so difficult to know what's going on from our perspective compared to what's going on in those locker rooms.
So a big thing, and I told our group chat the second they hired Mike Borgonzi, I said nobody that was already on the roster is safe.
Yeah.
Borgonzi came in, and that showed when they traded McCreary and Brownlee.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Curry wasn't coming back. Yeah.
No, that's true.
You got.
Like I said, we don't know. I mean, like I said, everything's speculation, but I mean, we definitely could be in the great, because I mean, assuming come June we sign a veteran in free agency. Let's say we did bring KB back as safety and still drafted 2 DBs in the draft.
That's definitely possible.
I mean, you know, we don't know how the things could turn out, but one thing, this is how I feel. I don't know, but I feel like it will be just fine. Based off what we seen last year, based off of Borgonzi, and based off of the coaching hire, I feel like I think we just, it's like, you know, you're getting something for Christmas. Like, I know it's gonna be, and I'm just ready for my gifts. It's like I'm ready to open it up, like, you know, because you know it's coming, and I think they're doing a good job, and that's a good feeling to have too as a fan. We haven't had in a long time, believing in the process, being able to know they're gonna handle business and get it right. You know, and then you're gonna miss on a few things and things happen, but for the most part, I think he's shaping up Borgonzi to have the track record of handling and bringing in the right talent, drafting properly, and if that's the case, with a good, I mean, that's the side of the ball that we really have problem with the front office and the coaching outside of the on-field issues. So the fact that we're getting something right in some regard that is looking like that, and that's why I said my eyes are really on this year, because you want to see consistency. You don't want to see one good year. And so what have you done for me lately? Like, even if he drafted good this year, he has to do it again. And again, we don't need anything to decline. We don't want 2 good years out of Cam Ward and he's never good again. Whatever we get that's good, we want it to stay good. And so if I got a good GM, hell yeah, let's lock this in. If we got a good coach, hell yeah, let's lock it in. And honestly, I mean, even if Dayball, I mean, I hope he balls out this year, and I believe he will. But me personally, I would hope that he would just stay 2 years and then go look for another coach. And I don't.
Did you see the list right now? Did you see the list of the potential head coach candidates for next year? It was a list that was out. That list is crazy. I don't think he leaves after this year. Again, on Twitter or X, I already questioned it when he signed a 3-year contract instead of a 2-year. It's really iffy. I think he does 2 and then leaves after the second, because there's no way in the world we're going to get 10 openings again next year. No way in the world that's happening. Mm-hmm. So I think it's definitely 1, but I think we get the max 4, and that's it. So therefore, with that 4, Chris Schuler is definitely going to get a job. That's a fact. Davis Webb is definitely going to get a job.
Nate Schiehlhaas.
Either a Kubiak or a LaFleur is definitely going to get a job, and McDaniels is definitely going to get a job.
Got one.
LaFleur got one.
No, but the other LaFleur, the other brother. Yeah. Oh wait, no, it was only one of those brothers. I apologize. A Kubiak. I think it's Clay is going to get a job. Yeah, Clay is going to get a job.
He listen. For Clay Kubiak's sake, he needs to find a job where he is a play calling OC before he gets the head coach job.
See, I think a lot
of those guys are going to look at what happened to Brian Callahan and say, maybe I need to hold off on that.
Smart man.
Callahan got the job 5 years too early.
Yes.
Speaking of Cali, he interviewed for the Giants. OC.
Yeah.
But
the Giants, him and Cliff
there's
Kingsbury.
One job I think Dabo would leave Tennessee for.
Who?
Buffalo.
Cincinnati.
Cincy, you think?
Dude, the coach Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Chase Brown.
Yeah.
But you are looking at it in the current lens. You would have to look at it time he would be ready to become a head coach, and we don't know what position they be in at that
Yeah,
time.
because I don't see Cincy having a terrible year like they did last year. I don't see them doubling up like that. If they do, we can talk about it. We can definitely talk about it. But do you think they will go in the Brian Dable route, or do you think they will go in a Davis Webb route? Because Davis Webb, he's playing call.
Yeah. The defense. He don't want to go back to another Giants. If they still don't have a good defense, they ain't going back to another Giants situation. He can score. He knows he can score. One thing for sure, he won't do that because he's gonna be a higher caliber, especially if he's in a position to become a head coach. Then I mean, he would have had to have been successful here, and if he is successful here, no, Brian Daboll's next stint, and you can mark me now, he's going to inherit a defensive team because he needs to just handle the offense. He's not gonna go with a defense sucks again. No, sir. I need to go somewhere where the defense is pretty solid. Like for instance, he would have took the Atlanta job this year.
You think so? They called him?
Because they already had the defense over there, and he could have just put the offense together, finding his quarterback. But you got to think about these things because this isn't like you can just go get another job. Most people only got 1, 2. You don't get a third opportunity.
Unless you're Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, Mike McCarthy was going to get a third and fourth. I think he would have been in the running for us if he didn't pull out because of Pittsburgh. Because it was either us or Pittsburgh. When Pittsburgh decided to, when Mike C decided to leave, he said, "Okay, I can go home." So I get that, but I think we were close.
And then, speaking of which, he said he parted ways. He didn't say he retired. He wanted maybe we take what if he just.
Oh no, he's done. Off. Well,
don't even know.
What I heard and what I saw, they said he said he doesn't want to coach again. But who's to say he won't get that bug again? That coaching bug is different.
It does happen.
That's what I'm saying.
It does.
We've heard that before. He said
exactly.
That
I agree.
He's been coaching for the last year. And that's what I was telling somebody. I'm like, I'm not surprised because when the last time he had an off year?
I agree.
He's been coaching he hasn't had an off year. So okay, take a year off, but also in that same year off, you're gonna miss it.
You're gonna miss it.
You're gonna miss it because that's the only thing you've known for so long. So I think it's a more emotional response right now. Just like, look, I'm done with it, and I think I would put it out there too like that because if you leave the door open because of who you are, people will keep nagging at it. But if you make it seem like it's done, you can just put it like, no, I'm never gonna do this. Just leave me the hell alone. Leave me alone right now. I just want to do nothing football. Because if you do the maybe, then he said maybe, it's about that time, but it's gonna be little hits and stuff. So, but I think it's nothing you can't rule out. So when we talk about coaching, let's not act like if Mike T pop in next year, 2 years,
be that first one that everybody wants.
Now,
I mean, Mike McCarthy did it. Damn sure happened to Mike McCarthy. He took a year off and came back and was a coach. You know what I'm saying? Why you telling me Mike T? So let's just consider that too. But
they all just.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
They all got to remember though. You go after Tomlin, you're gonna have to trade with Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh owns his rights
for 1 year. For that 1 year, you got 1 year left on that contract.
I don't know when he's gonna come, but hey, and teams gonna do what they want to do. One thing about it, they're all them rich. If they want it, they're gonna get it. Whatever it is, player, stadium, coach, they'll get whatever they want.
Yeah, you remember what the Saints got with that Broncos trade was crazy for Sean Payton. Took him to the back, man.
I will say this, as CJ can vouch for me on this. I've been very down on the Titans lately. Very, I told them the second, and he knew I wanted Salah from the get go. So once they got Salah, I was like, all right, come on now, keep it coming, come on. And now like I will say, like the last couple of years, I haven't had that same excitement.
This year,
just because like
it just
felt like they did, they just felt like they
right.
weren't, and now like you could see it, and I'm like, all right, man, the excitement's back. Come on, let's do this.
Yep.
It feel like the energy feel different. It feel right. It just feel like okay, you don't have to hesitate. I mean, nothing's guaranteed, but you definitely feel good about this coaching cycle going into this year than we have in the last.
I just feel like the thing that pissed me off the most was when last year during the training camp press conference when they had Brink the Snake and Borgonzi up there, and they said, "Do you think this team can make the Super Bowl?"
And that fucking laugh. I apologize for cursing. I hate cursing.
Yeah,
but that laugh and that giggle
as soon as
shit.
that response, I was like, "Bro, this season's done." Like I could already tell.
But again, I'm going to keep on preaching this because this keeps my mind at ease. What the hell did they see from Brian Callahan inside that building for him to do that chuckle? Because at the end of the day, you can put a roster together and you can luck up to 5 wins, you can luck up to 6 wins, you can luck up in 7 wins and 8 wins, or whatever the situation might be. When he chuckled like that, he knew without a shot of a doubt, it ain't that type of party, so don't even get happy, don't even get hopeful. So I doubt that he does that now. And the fact that we're already talking Super Bowl with Robert Saleh, he said it at the press conference. Hey, we want to win Super Bowls. We want to win a Super Bowl. That was beautiful. That was cool to hear that because I haven't heard that as a Titans fan in a while. So I hope I'm hopeful, just like you. I'm hopeful this year. Our coaching staff is extremely experienced compared to last coaching staff we had. So
it's incomplete.
Man, I'm telling you,
it's still incomplete, and it scares me that it's incomplete because tomorrow, or what time is it? Well, yeah, tomorrow is when they're going in the office to start doing cut-ups and stuff like that. So it's kind of worrisome that we got 3 incompletions. So
I think Al Harris is going to be a DC.
I pray.
Bro,
I've been
I'm
praying.
hoping to God.
I'm hoping to God.
So far, everything I want to happen has happened. So
yeah,
we gotta keep it going.
Yes.
And here's the thing with Brian.
Uh-huh.
If it doesn't happen the way he wants it, he's upset.
I'm gonna let you know. You're gonna know.
No, it's like it has to happen the way he wants it. Otherwise,
they don't fucked up.
There's a problem.
He becomes Ebenezer Scrooge. It's wild.
Hey, it is what it is.
I see the chance. I see it.
Mad love.
Yeah, but if they do give us the ring now, man, just go ahead.
They better. It's our year.
I told you, man. They follow my plan.
I told you I feel like Cowboys fans say it's my year.
I told you they follow my plan.
I think something. You know what though? I think I'm gonna just say this just off of just what needs to happen, and it's not necessarily about just because I want it to be success. I think it has to be, and the reason it has to be just off of a business perspective is because just look at everything. Mm-hmm. New GM, new head coach, new OC. We're talking new uniforms, new logo. We got a new quarterback. We're ready to open up a new stadium this year. We need a new identity this year. And so they cannot put all of this, because what is going to be is hype. We're going to be hype come training camp. Yeah. I'm telling you, we're going to be ready to roll into the season full energy because, this is what we do. We cover the team, we talk about. We're going to be excited. We're excited now. They're going to make the right moves, and once we get excited, there's no way you can kill that vibe and getting ready to open up $1 billion.
There you go.
Unless you play Ring of Fire as a touchdown.
And it sounds crazy.
Well, he got fired, bro. He got the guy.
I said that to them yesterday. I was so damn hyped, man.
Oh man, I'm telling you, But I mean, okay, now at this point, you have to be the people who have to create this. It makes sense. You have to feel this pressure, like, bro, we got to. This is why they're assembling this squad, because I mean, so you got to think it. These key positions will be filled with enticing people.
I think so too. Tony Ogden wasn't
thing.
bad. So if we can bring Al Harrison, I would be ecstatic. I would be. Dino was good too, but Al Harris does something. He's
terrible.
He's a needle mover. So I'm definitely with it.
Yeah, man, that'll be awesome, man. I think this would be one of the best coaching staffs we've ever had. That's actually the case. Yeah, man. This is gonna be interesting, man. It's about that time, man. It's about that time, yo. I'm ready. Oh yeah, hey y'all. don't judge me, come from.
Love it, boys. It's been fun. I gotta go and get myself something to eat. So.
Oh yeah, it's 2 hours. We 2 hours in. We gotta go. We gotta get out of here today.
Oh yeah, we're rocking. Look, man, y'all, we be doing it, man. I'm telling y'all. I'm trying to find a way to mitigate. We're gonna have to, but you know
difficult.
what? That's
difficult.
good.
I understand.
The more people we get in here, we're gonna be able to fill out the season for sure. It's not even hard. It's so natural. You just look up and like, damn, what's happening? Oh, shit. And that's a good thing because you don't have to force it. You're not trying to figure it out. It's just we bring up the topics and we talk about it. And the crazy part is the news. They feed the topic to us. So hey, it's definitely easy to talk about.
It'll make my wife happy because I now won't talk football with her.
That's all right. Well, like I said, we got one more tomorrow that I got. Then I'll probably rest a couple of days, and then I'll do another one for the weekend and stuff. Get us rolling again. Probably be like little short takes here and there. I'll be doing whatever. But we'll come up with some topics. So if there's anything that y'all want to just shoot it to me. We can bring it on and talk about it. But tomorrow is the ChatGPT as Mike Borgonzi having to rebuild this team to a championship caliber. We're just gonna go with a response and break it down, agree, disagree, making the improvements, and just it'll be tomorrow's episode. Like I say, y'all welcome to join, same time, same network. But I'm gonna just go ahead and take us out of here. We're gonna go to our loved ones and get back to it, man. So but I appreciate y'all for tapping in and for y'all for rocking with me, us, the crew. Yo, shout out to the fellas, man. Coach Murph, man. We got Pete Jizzle and Big Boy Brian in the building as always. And we are building something real over here, a place for Titans fans to come pull up, speak up, and feel at home. Help me get the word out so more two-tone family can get the chance to do the same because everybody welcome. And if you enjoyed it, do me a solid and like, share, and subscribe and follow. Catch me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at the Two-Tone Bandit. Let me know how you feel down below. I'll be checking back soon. TTFU all day, baby. It's the Two-Tone Bandit, and we are out of here. Tighten up, baby. Have a good one. Be safe. Love you, Blue.
Club going up on a Tuesday. Got your girl in the cut and she choose a club.